Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Trent and Zyori podcast. We are here again with episode number 152, and it's going to be a good one. We've got the International 9 on the horizon. Trent has been invited. He's flying out tomorrow. I'm staying home. I'm going to Denver. I get a little more time to rest before my event starts for the main event, and all will be happy in the realm of Dota. This episode dedicated to all things TI9. We're talking teams. We're talking predictions. We're talking China. We're talking venue. You know it. You got it. You wanted the best. You've got the best. So we're back again. Trent, my friend, first and foremost, congratulations on the invite, buddy. Though condolences on missing all the fun we're going to have in Denver. I'm looking at this talent list, and I think we're going to have some laughs. We're going to have some beers, bro. You going to be having beers while you're at the International? I don't know.
Well, Nahaz is there, so, me and Nahaz are going to be hanging out. He's going to be double fisting. TI time. It's going to be great.
All right. A lot to unpack. You fly out tomorrow. So
I do.
Big trip.
I got to go get a haircut. I got to get a real job. I got to go to TI. So let's do this.
All right, man. Let's do it indeed. Of course, before we get too deep into it, this podcast is brought to you by Rivalry.com. They are our friends, our betting partners, and the folks that help make this podcast possible with their sponsorship. They're going big for this TI. Of course, a lot of exciting matchups here to take a look at. The Thunderdome, unfortunately, is not open yet. They will have one. Most of you watching probably are familiar with the Thunderdome by now. It allows those of us in America and those other countries that don't have proper sports gambling laws to still do something. We can play for some cash. We can use our knowledge to predict the group stage, but we need that schedule. So once that's up, come over to Rivalry.com, register, get playing in the Thunderdome. Also, this TI, Trent, they're giving you your first bet for free. They've been doing that for new registers. You know, you make a new account, they give you 25 euros, or up to 25 euros bet is covered. So if you get it wrong, you get that money back. Same thing for TI. So if you have an account already or you're a first-time user, your first bet on the International, it's on them. Up to $25. If you miss it up, you go, okay, you get a mulligan. You get a take two on that go-around. So not a bad deal here for Rivalry.com. Of course, they're going to be putting out a lot of content, this TI9 also. They are our big sponsors for the TI9 Jungle Jam. Hope a lot of y'all will come join us there. While we're on the topic, we still got tickets available. 63 people have bought full week passes. Come party with me, Suns fan, and the rest of the crew. 6 days of Dota pleasure in Denver, Colorado. It's really the 19th to the 24th, though that last day we're doing an overnight viewing party to watch the real grand finals live. We're watching it overnight. We're drinking some beers. We're hanging out. It's going to be awesome. So a big thank you to Rivalry for making that event possible. Make sure you keep an eye out for all the content they'll be producing independently and alongside us. They've got a cool article up on their website right now talking about the TI1 to TI9 legends. The legends, Trent. Do you know who they are? Quick quiz. The big three, TI9 to TI1. I don't think it's been to everyone. I think it's played in TI1 and TI9. I just skimmed the article. Oh, no. Your mic, Trent. Your mic. You're ruining the podcast again. No.
Okay. All right. I'm good. So you're talking about there's only two players that have been to every TI, and that's Kuro and Puppy at this point.
Yes.
So what's the three?
The third one that they have listed in this article was Misery, who did miss a TI somewhere along the way. But I think he was at TI1, right? He was one of the OGs that was at the original. So they give him sort of an honorable mention there off to the side.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I presented that in kind of a weird fashion. But either way, big shout out to Rivalry.com. Register, check them out, get some gambling going on. Do it responsibly, but do it.
Whew. I'm going to try not to ruin the podcast anymore.
That's
but we'll
good.
See.
That's good. You're single-handedly ruining esports here, Trent. So
that's what I aspire to do.
Where are we at? What was the last thing we talked about? Has anything happened in Dota besides TI that we need to get out of the way before we dive into the big event here? Is there anything else to unpack?
I don't think so.
Slacks did a Tekken event. Maybe that's worth mentioning.
Slacks did Tekken event. I mean, we obviously had massive patches with the new rank system and everything. Hasn't gone so well for me. That's for sure. My party games were mega questionable.
I actually haven't played it.
My support MMR is plummeting.
What do you think conceptually? Do you think this is the right breakout of MMR? I think we all would agree that the party versus solo has been a little bit off. It doesn't feel quite right. Everyone you talk to says, yeah, I don't think solo is really the best demonstration of how good are you at Dota. It can be in the extremes, as we've talked about. If you're number one on the ladder, that can help you stand out and break through. But in terms of like, I'm 4.2K, that is a perfectly accurate representation of where I am on the skill bracket. Take it or leave it, you know.
I'm breaking everything. I agree with the general sentiment of like, I want people to want to play together. I want Dota to be a team game outside of professional Dota 2. So I think this update is what's, it should help push us towards that.
I agree. I think that was the big takeaway for me. Basekip hammered that point home of just like, I think solo queue has kind of ruined Dota. And I don't disagree. I have that feeling all the time. Like, if I'm going to play Dota, I might as well play solo queue. And I don't really want to play solo queue, so I might as well play another game. I have that discussion with myself somewhat regularly. And now I feel like if my friends are playing, I'm like, I could be down to play a few games. It doesn't have that perceived lack of value compared to before, when it was really your solo MMR that was front and center. But
people are still going to do it in a sense. Like, they'll still have their little fallback plan because, like, for example, let's say you're a super good Immortal core player and you want to play with your shitty friends. You could theoretically just play support.
Right.
And then it's not going to affect your MMR that you care about, you know?
Yeah. I guess my other thought was, doesn't this make boosting more...
Oh, yeah. It definitely makes boosting a lot easier.
Available?
There's no doubt about that. Yeah. And Valve know that. That's why this has always been like this in the first place. Like, that's why solo MMR existed. But I agree that it's worth trying to fix that to save Dota.
Yes.
To save matchmaking and the player base.
Well, and it's the strategy is completely different, too. I think for me, it feels like playing a different game. That was my big value, aside from winning a little bit of cash at Twitch Rivals, was being able to get into that mindset of like, oh, this is what playing real Dota feels like. When you have teammates that are like good at the game and looking at you and like, oh, they're diving you. Should I TP? Like, people are fucking paying attention and on the pulse and thinking about strategies. It is a totally different experience. It really is like a different game. So hopefully it has a positive impact. I know this is a popular opinion now, but it is cool the way Valve presented that whole change. Not like, hey, guys, we're changing Dota. This is the plan. Like, hey, guys, we're doing an experiment. If you want to participate in this experiment, you should keep playing some Dota, and we'll let you know how it's looking. Cool. I think that's a very palatable approach for a lot of us gamers, where it's hard to really fault that mentality.
Yeah, I wish I had more time to play right now, honestly. I'm excited to just play tons of Dota. That excites me. So
I feel like that
hopefully that'll be the plan after TI.
Yeah, for sure. Trent, I want to do a quick aside. I want to talk about real life for a moment. I had a weird experience yesterday.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Good.
Yeah, this was a good one. And it turned out to not be a big deal, but there is a moment of serious panic in this story. So as you know, I live in Colorado at UC Boulder, the big campus here in the middle of the city. They do a Shakespeare festival, and every year
I saw your tweet.
Yeah,
it's a perfect day. You were basically gonna get some red wine, a picnic, and watch Shakespeare.
Dude, that was exactly what we did. It was perfect. It was cloudy but didn't rain. Couldn't have been better. So I've gone the last 3 years in a row since we lived out here. It's really kind of a cool thing. It's a nice outdoor amphitheater right in the middle of campus. It's kind of supporting the local scene. It's been a tradition for like 100 years or some shit. So every time I've gone, it's been pretty straightforward. This time we're sitting there, Romeo and Juliet, a classic. We are in like barely the end of the first scene, maybe into the second scene. I don't know exactly where that dividing line is, but maybe 15 minutes into the actual chunk of the play, and all of a sudden you hear over the loudspeakers, actors, exit the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we are evacuating. Everyone stand up. Leave immediately. What? And everyone just starts looking at each other like, all right, I can tell by the tone of her voice we are not fucking around here. That sounded pretty serious. So, and it's stone seating, so everyone has these little like folding chair things, so you have a backrest, and you could tell everyone was immediately thinking, do I take my, no one said it, but everyone was thinking, but my back chair, and then immediately, as it enters my thought, the speaker goes, leave your chairs, evacuate immediately. So we start filing out, and it was a real reality check in the sense that somebody pulled the fucking fire alarm. That's really what happened. Fire alarm goes off.
Did you think it was a gun? Because my initial reaction
100% thought it was a gun. 100%. Yeah. And it's one of those moments you're looking around, there's no loud sounds, nobody's panicking, and you're having that internal dialogue of just like, what the fuck is going on right now? We're in Colorado. People have guns. Oh, God, I don't have a gun. Where am I going to hide? You know, and we were actually in the front row in the literal corner, seats 1 and 2. So in terms of fire in a crowded theater, we were in the prime seating to get the fuck out of there. And we were like, we didn't say it to each other, but I think we could, my girlfriend and I could both tell like that we were a little bit more rattled than we should have been, and we were like, let's just walk back to the car. Let's just fucking go to the car. We'll refill our wine. We'll fucking chill out. Okay, let's come back. And then
figure our shit out.
It was cool within like 15 or 20 minutes or something, and they let everybody back in. And I don't know what happened. I think somebody either pulled the fire alarm accidentally or did it as a prank or something like that. So it was no big deal, but it really gave me that moment of like, how fucked up is it that for really no reason other than someone says we're having an emergency right now, my brain, I mean, I actually went into panic mode, dude. I was like sweaty and like my heart was racing, and I was like, for the next 30 minutes of the play, I could not focus on anything except like what's going to happen next. You know, like I was still on like high alert, hypersensitivity. Anytime like a bang came in the music, I was like, oh God, ah! You know, and it took like a good like half hour, 40 minutes to simmer back down and like get back into the fucking play. Then the balcony scene came on, and you know, my heart melted a little bit because,
well, yeah, of course.
Oh God, it's so cliche, but it's so fucking good. It's unbelievable. But, I'm sweating thinking about it, dude. It wasn't even a close call, and I feel like it was a close call. That's how fucking traumatized we are in this modern society, man. I don't know what to do with that information, but it's really freaking me out.
Ooh, wow, that's no bueno.
Don't worry, Zyori. We'll send thoughts and prayers if anything happens. Well, thanks, guys. I knew you'd have my back.
Yeah, they got you covered,
That's
man. Yeah. That'll enact some serious change. It'll be perfect.
Ooh,
well, I'm glad it was nothing.
Yeah, me
but
too.
The real world kind of sucks. That's what video games are for, I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's well, I guess it depends on who you ask, man. Maybe one other piece of news that's worth mentioning before we dive in too deep. Old Trump, dude, he's really fucking us. He straight up blamed video games to tie it all together.
He called them gruesome.
Yeah,
grisly, I believe.
Something like it's these grisly and gruesome video games. We're probably misquoting it, but
it was something like that.
Oh,
and then
God.
Walmart pulled the all their advertising for like violent games like Call of Duty.
Yeah, and that one's weird because they actually fucking sell guns at Walmart.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like I could get if you're like GameStop and you want to toe the line for some reason. You got some like Trumpian making the marketing decisions in your corporation, but fucking Walmart. I mean, I see why they're doing it, right? They're just trying to jump on that mainstream PR like, oh, the president says, okay, look, Mr. President, a wink, wink. We don't think guns are bad.
When is he just going to get impeached for that 25th Amendment you guys have? I saw he was retweeting conspiracy theories this morning. That's wild, dude. I can't get over that guy.
Well, and you got to consider, too, like the election cycle is coming up in less than a year, or I guess a little over a year. So,
they're going for the beat him strat, and then if we don't beat him, then we'll impeach him.
Yeah, and I think there's some degree of like there's probably pressure from Trump's just internal psyche of like, we got to one up everything. We got to one up ourselves. That first election was one thing. We got to crank it up to 11 here, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I've been enjoying this election season a little bit so far. I have to say, real quick, Trent, I'm really liking this Andrew Yang guy. I'm starting to really dig. I'm getting a little bit excited about a politician for the first time since I can remember. Since I was 18. I'm liking the Yang gang. I'm digging it. Give me the money, dude. Give me the UBI.
I haven't watched
down.
anything of the of his stuff, so I don't know enough to say anything.
He was on the H3 podcast. Are you familiar?
Yes, I did know
those
that.
Guys? It was a good one. If you're curious about what he's into and you want an interview from someone who's one of us, you know, like a gamer type, Mr. Ethan Klein, dude, check it out. It was a quality political podcast, top tier. I'm biased though.
I saw Bernie was also on Joe Rogan.
Yes, I watched that one as well. Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean,
they're hitting the markets, man. They're getting there.
I mean, they have to. They have to. The debates are terrible. The debates are unwatchably bad. On the H3 one, Andrew Yang said that the debates are like, the problem is that CNN sells ads. So it's just like us. They make money on advertising, and the more clicks and views they get, the more money they make. It's a pretty straightforward equation. CNN isn't just like unbiased news. They're a fucking entertainment
They're not
platform.
doing this for the people.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing it for the fucking advertising dollars. So supposedly, or at least according to Andrew Yang, if you have a campaign that has like a good gotcha around another candidate and a specific topic, you can kind of give the network a tip and be like, hey guys, if you want to pitch the camera to Kamala right after you ask Andrew Yang about how he feels about abortion, she's got a good one ready. And they'll be like, all right, yeah, thanks for the notes. Yeah. So like, it's some shady shit, dude. I think you got to get out there. You gotta spread the good word to the young people. We're the ones that matter. I'm the swing vote, baby. No, kinda.
No, you're not.
Sorta. Purge is the real swing vote. Fucking from Wisconsin, son of a bitch. So,
where does he vote? He must vote in California.
Yeah, he's California now. Yeah. So he's it is weird.
So his vote has no value.
Yeah, do you guys have an electoral college in Canada? Are you guys just straight popular?
We've got
vote?
a first. I don't even want to get into it.
No, it's not
we
straight popular.
We have a thing that they were thinking about taking apart, and
okay.
But then the studies showed that it's fine, and there's still a big debate about it. So.
All right, so last little tidbit: have you watched
not as bad as yours.
The new Netflix thing? Was it The Great Hack? Their new documentary they were promoting. It came out not that long ago.
No, what is it?
Pretty good. Documentary about like data stuff and how like it's sort of about how they quote hacked the what's it, Cambridge Analytica. It's all that stuff, like how they hacked the election with the data and like all the data privacy stuff. It's very interesting. Just in turn, it has a lot of implications outside of just politics, but like big data at large and what we're doing with our data. And like it reminded me a little bit of the kind of Facebook thing with the streaming stuff. And like, well, I don't want I'm not using Facebook. I'm not making an account there. I'm not giving them my shit. And like how it is sort of interesting that we have this dichotomy of there are some savvy tech users that think that way, but the vast majority of the internet are just like, oh, it's free? Well, okay. Deal.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard anything about this. Apparently, I only have an 80% match, so it's not up my alley according to Netflix.
I thought it was pretty good. If you're interested in that kind of stuff and you have any curiosity about Cambridge Analytica, I think it's worth a run through. But it's a fucking documentary. They're not for everybody. That's for sure.
It's a documentary.
It's a fucking documentary. Right. Okay,
let's go.
Let's do it. So TI9, dude. Let's start big. Who's winning this thing, dude? Who's calling it? Who's taking
let's save that for last.
You want to save that for last?
Let's do it in order. Let's do it in order.
Oh, sorry.
Come on.
Okay, so you want to build from the bottom? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. What are you doing? Let's figure this out.
Okay.
Here.
I like that.
We'll go in order of our lovely spreadsheet here.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's go.
Right. That makes sense, right? It's the same order as the picks go.
Sure.
Come on now.
Okay. Sure.
All right. I think this is the spreadsheet, or else I'm leaking you guys something super private. Nope, that's it. That is the compilation spreadsheet provided by Reddit user I don't have listed. Thank you very much. Four-man stack. Can't. GG.
Where the hell is it? I had it open and I think I closed it.
Well, it's in Twitch chat now.
All right.
Here, it's still on our Discord thing.
Yeah,
so
I got it here. Okay.
Oh, I see. You're trying to do the windows and whatnot. I got you.
I think I just accidentally closed it. I think I fat fingered it. So Slacks came over the other day. I was helping him work on some invoices because he just kind of didn't do that for a little while,
Classic.
So I opened him an incognito tab to start logging into stuff like his email and all that shit. He logs into his email, opens one and says, yep, that's the amount right there, closes the tab. Or it closes the whole window. I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I didn't close it. Like, yeah, you did. And he starts clicking around to all my browsers that I had open. I'm just like, dude, you're denying it, and I saw you do it. So should we show this on stream? Is that what we're thinking here? Is that the
show everything? Sure.
All right, we'll see how it looks.
See what it looks
this
like.
Isn't so bad. It's big, but
yeah, sure, that's perfect. So this is the compilation here, guys. Oh look, we got rivalry up top. Love that rivalry.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, up at the top you can see the names of the people. If you scroll side to side, it'll have all the various personalities and talents. And then as you go up and down, you see all the different categories they've been voting on. So again, it's in the chat right now if you want to look at it yourselves.
Wow, that's a lot of data. Okay, so that's cool. It has like Gosu AI, Open Dota, and all this stuff built in with the predictions.
Yep.
Okay, and then at the very end, if you scroll far over, you get the most common pick. I guess that's just across all compendiums. So if you want to
across all the ones they have listed, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you want to just toe the line and go safe, you could. That's your cheat sheet right there for you lazies. I see
pretty
you.
much.
I see you. So who are we looking at here? Who do we really want to pick on? Should we pick on like Gosu AI or something? Make fun of one of the robots?
I can't stand that. We all hate Gosu AI. They're always messaging people, being jerks. I think we'll pick on everybody. It'll be fine. I think Grimstroke, right, is by far the most common one across everyone. And that's a tough one though, because Grimstroke is a very good hero. He can be played as a 5 and a 4. He has great wave clear. He lanes really well. He has kill threat in the lane too. The only downside to him as a position 5 is that he doesn't have any sort of a save, but that's, there's plenty of 5s that don't have that. And Grimstroke also has very good talents and a really good Aghanim Scepter. So I'm having a hard time also not picking Grimstroke. I think people have a really good idea on this guy. I mean, he's got a 90 GPM talent too. My only other thought is that TI tends to have these big position 5 save heroes, and that's why Venge ended up being massive last year, and that's why she was the most picked hero. And so I'm a little torn on going between like potentially an Oracle if he falls off into being pickable because he's a Dispel, and Venge. But I'm almost certainly gonna go with the common one here.
I thought it was interesting that Gork is the only one that selected Crystal Maiden, and she's like a cool kind of sleeper that once she starts to pop out, she very rarely feels threatening enough to be banned out. But if she feels worth it and she's at that pick level, you'll see her kind of every game. But you can make the same arguments for Grimstroke that you just did, and he does even more, and with GPM talents. Most banned hero, I think, is the one that I always like think in my head of who's going to get picked but not banned. Because it's easy to think of the combo heroes of like, all right, Wisp is going to be in every game.
I do think Chen is the easiest, frankly. I think Chen's going to be the most banned.
Chen over Wisp? I guess,
because there's teams that just straight up don't play IO anymore or right now. But Chen is just like so easy to execute.
Isn't there effective TI, though, where that's not a truth anymore? You say, yeah, that team doesn't play Wisp anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, but this is like every team.
If you identify that Wisp is good in the meta, fucking somebody's learning Wisp. You know what I'm saying? Like, what have you said in the past about heroes? Like, if you guys don't have somebody that can play this hero, you guys are fucking up. Isn't there a point where Wisp is on that status?
There's tons of teams that have that problem. I mean, how many teams can play Broodmother still? Like, and maybe she's not as good as she was before, but when the hero was completely busted, there were still plenty of teams that just couldn't play her. They just didn't see the value, and I think IO still reigns supreme in that regard.
Isn't IO a little easier than Broodmother, though, in terms of, hey, we don't play Wisp, we've got a month and a half to boot camp, let's run some Wisp strats? Like, I feel like there's less of a mechanics wall there compared to you need somebody with that Brood mindset.
I think Brood is actually really easy compared to IO to learn, because Brood is more individualistic and it's not that hard to play around. But with IO, it's like an entire team composition that you need.
That is true. That is definitely true. Okay.
So, I'm going with Chen. I go with that. For most picked, I can't tell if Grimstroke's going to get banned. Is kind of what my problem is, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to end up being a first phase ban. And if you don't take him in the first phase, he might get banned as well.
Yeah, that was kind of where my head was going. But I'm having trouble coming up with another good alternative.
I was gonna say that I think hexes are incredibly powerful right now because we have Juggernaut, Lifestealer, Slark, and Ember Spirit as 4 of like the absolute best heroes right now in Dota 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that really catches all 4 of those guys and gets them in trouble is a hex.
So you're thinking like Lion's going to make a resurgence or something?
Yeah, I think Shaman's just straight up better.
Okay.
And I think there's a lot of good teams that also pick Shaman a lot, so the longer we go in the bracket, the hero's still going to remain. But the vast majority of these prediction things come down to group stage because there's just so many more games.
Okay.
So that's why I'm gonna go with the Grim, but I wouldn't fault anyone if they took Oracle, Shadow Shaman, or maybe Shadow
Oracle.
Demon, and maybe Venge. But
interestingly enough,
going Grim.
Nobody on this list selected Oracle.
Yeah, I think maybe they're considering he's going to be banned a lot.
Yeah. FNG put Dark Willow as the most banned hero. Now, that is optimistic, my friend.
That's bold.
That is...
he's got some knowledge that we clearly don't.
I mean, I think Willow's good. I'm like, you have convinced me that Willow is like underrated, pretty pickable. I definitely put her in that category, but I do not think she will be the most banned hero. That's... Whew.
They're going to need EG to go really far for that to be true, I think.
Yeah. So do we actually want to go one by one on this list? Do we want to be a little more selective or?
I mean, I would just go one by how it is in the compendium, right? Like, do you have your client open here, mister?
No,
like this is
don't.
the order the client goes. Most picked, most banned.
Yeah, I was going in the spreadsheet, as I said. Do we actually just want to go one by one and tackle all of them?
Yeah, just go one by one.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's the same order as the client. It's perfect.
Highest win rate with 5 games played.
This is always a good one.
Yep, Broodmother, the first one I see.
It's like you gotta find that sweet spot of like the hero's really good, but you don't want to pick that much because then his win rate's gonna normalize down. So where do you land? Like for example,
The
goes to AI
Meepos.
picking Mars. Like, come on, what is that? That's garbage.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be Mars.
I
That's
think
just stupid.
Grant with the Visage. I think that's a cool suggestion here.
Yes, I believe I was actually listening when he was doing that. I think it was with Bleak, if I'm not mistaken, and they
All
were
right.
trying to find that sweet spot. And Visage definitely falls in there, right? I think right now, actually, in high tier pubs, Visage is the highest win rate right now, around 60-some%.
Is it because of the birds, or what is it about Visage that makes him so good right now?
It's just the whole idea of like that play style. Like whenever someone picks Visage, it means that they see that their whole lineup can push really early and just win the game. So, for example, the last game I saw of Visage was I think Kuro was playing a Chen. They had a CM. They had a core Tusk, I think, in the off lane. A Visage mid. It was just a pub, but it's like if you think you can just run down the game, Visage is very good at that. And Visage tends to be a late pick. So if Visage is being picked in a game, there's a very good chance they think, like, okay, yeah, we have a fast enough lineup that we can totally just win this game with Visage. It's kind of a cheese hero.
So it's the same kind of Drow Visage general concept. I mean, not that combo, but same play style.
Yeah. I think the problem, though, is that Visage, the best players that play Visage are really obvious on it. Like, it's pretty much Matu and now Weehaw. We assume is going to be playing it too. So they might have to pick it earlier if they want it, which is going to lower the win rate of Visage.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll get a couple games in and they'll just get banned in the second phase every game and it'll stay at a really high win rate. That's the other way to look at it.
Yeah. I think Meepo is my pretty safe bet on this one. He always
Meepo can be good, but Meepo also has the same problem that Alchemist tends to have where it's like, all right, guys, we got outdrafted. Fuck, what do we do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, pick Meepo.
Yeah.
Like, how do I win this game that doesn't look that good? Give me Meepo, you know?
And only a couple folks have picked Arc Warden. Pudge.
I think Arc Warden's going to be too popular, personally.
Yeah. FNG picked Pudge. Man, I think FNG is going to be like our column to look at of like, all right, what's the contrarian thought here? He
just gets them all right.
He might. I mean, Pudge is interesting. I actually think Pudge might be a little bit too popular because his stock has been rising. I would not be surprised if some teams are working on Pudge strats or been practicing with a hero. He is...
Yes, 100%. There's
good.
Lots of safe lane Pudge, off lane Pudge.
Yeah, he's flexible, and he is also a little bit of a panic hero. Like, all right, what do? We're up against a wall. Backup plan. Let's go for some YOLO hooks. We're all in.
Personally, I think I don't think Chen's worth it because he'll probably slip through for teams that aren't that good with it. Because it's kind of tempting to take a hero that's gonna be banned so much, right? At the same time, I see no one has taken Chen though, so no one went for that logic.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe in the Brood that much. I gotta look at this list of heroes here. Who else we got?
Brood is so weird for me, man. Like I keep thinking of that conversation we started with about what's easier to learn, a Brood or a Wisp, and I totally see your logic, and I think you might be right. However, I have just cast so many games where it's like, all right, 5th pick Brood, let's go, and they just fucking feed, or they just don't do anything, or they buy weird, it's like. The hero feels so delicate to me. And I guess comparing it to Wisp is still not quite the same because it is such a team-oriented strategy. But Brood is just... I'm not betting on Brood for anything, dude. That hero is just way too fucking fragile. I'm out. I'm a Brood hater, man.
Yeah, okay.
At least my sweet
What are
compendium
other 10
points
picks
are
that we got? Like we got Timbersaw. That's another hero that can sometimes fall into this category, right?
Frev didn't make it, so I'm out on Timbersaw. That's
fair. Any niche carries that can be really good, like a Ricky when it's a really good Ricky game. A good Lone Druid game. Like, he was kind of falling off the last couple tournaments, and I wonder if that will give him enough breathing room that he'll only get picked when it's a good game.
What is BSJ's logic behind Underlord for this one? Am I looking?
Dude,
at the
that's
right
actually
column?
good. Does he have Underlord? I was just looking at
Underlord.
Underlord. Like,
highest win rate.
It's because the hero can be really bad because he's bad against a lot of the current cores, like Lifestealer and Slark are both really good, so Underlord's kind of bad. But at the same time, if you get to the 10th pick, it's your offlaner, and you pick Underlord, you're picking Underlord because it's like Visage. You can just run down the game. You see that, like, okay, we got a 20-minute game ender here.
Yeah.
So
okay.
that's I can see how you can come to that conclusion.
That
I mean,
is
he might just be
interesting.
kind of YOLOing it a little bit, but that's a safe. I mean, that's a fair YOLO, I should say.
Okay. I guess I haven't seen much Underlord. I haven't.
I'm gonna go with the bear. Does anyone have Ursa? I'm actually gonna go with Ursa.
I don't see any Ursas. I actually thought you meant Lone Druid at first when you said
no,
the bear.
I think
it's like, okay.
I'm gonna YOLO on Ursa.
All right.
And maybe I'm going to take him for the kill average as well. I'm just taking the bear for 2. I'm just feeling the bear today, guys.
All right. I actually do kind of want to open my Dota client now and fill these out as we go.
Yeah,
I was worried it might screw up production, but I think I'm going to go for it. Gang, if we start downloading updates at a scary rate here and the stream crashes, I'm so sorry. But
that's what happened last time.
No, well, we tried to watch a YouTube video in maximum quality on the wide screen.
Oh, that's what it was.
And the whole thing just shit the bed. That was definitely a mistake there.
You guys think Ursa's too popular right now? I don't think so. Ursa's like super not popular.
He's fallen off a little bit, it seems.
I don't even think. Did he even get picked at the LAN? He got picked twice at the LAN and he won both games. Boom. Easy. Oh, maybe that wasn't the LAN. Never mind. He actually got picked quite a bit at the LAN.
Oh man, haven't opened Dota in a while on this computer. This is we might not be doing predictions live. Oh no.
Break it.
No, I have to put the download limit on, and there's just enough content that the amount of time it will take to download it without ruining the stream, I think will be too long. But we'll see. All right, so moving right along, highest kill average, minimum 5 games played. Another good one. So just pick.
EA is a big classic for that one.
Yeah, say who's your favorite assassin in Underlords? There you go.
Yeah. Morphling is a pretty fair shout. I think Clinks is pretty good here too.
Will Clinks get 5 games?
Went the Ursa. All right, no, Knoxville took the bear. I'm kind of tempted to take the bear. I mean, Tiny too. Tiny was the last year, right? Because of Sumail's game where he had 31 kills.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, that was average. Sorry, this was single highest kill, I guess, total.
Yeah, this one's average. This one is not the peak. Good try though.
Yeah, maybe that's probably not that good for someone like Ursa then.
No, I wouldn't pick Ursa. Morphling's a weird one because I feel like he's still fairly safe even in games where you don't win. Morphling is still a relatively survivable carry. And he has so much burst, like he does pick up kills. He's like a vacuum cleaner.
I'm taking him for lowest death average.
That's also a pretty good one. Open Dota has anti-mage for highest KDA.
Tends to only clean up. It's not a terrible choice, right?
Yeah. Your original suggestion though in the Phantom Assassin, I think, is also
the Templar Assassin. You mean?
Oh, Templar. I'm sorry. Did you say TA? I heard PA.
Yeah.
Maybe I was reading PA and you said TA. PA is no good. Does she feed in too many games?
No, I think TA's a fair shout. You know,
Phantom Assassin.
Oh, PA. Sorry, the letters aren't coming through too clear here. I have you turned down pretty low. I apologize. PA, she's gonna be played with a mag. So the only problem is she gets picked really early, or like they know what the strat is pretty early on. So like if you see a Magnus, that's the only time PA is gonna be picked. And all the teams when they see a Magnus, they instantly start picking the mag +1 counters, like Wyvern, who's really good versus PA.
Mm-hmm.
So I think TA is also going to be very popular because Liquid were showing it off at the major and it got banned all 5 games in the grand final, I think. Because Weehaw won the matches versus Virtus Pro using it.
Okay. Clinks. Do you think Clinks will get the 5-game minimum?
Yes,
for
definitely.
Sure. Okay.
If anything, I'd be concerned that he will be thrown in as a support in a couple games, and it might hurt his kill average.
Okay. I'm surprised that Dota Alchemy went with the sniper. That one feels bold to me. I am not that hot on sniper right now. I think there are like certain counter picks, certain scenarios where the sniper can definitely work into a draft, but as a general hero, I'm not a huge sniper fan. And I think he's a little too easy to counter pick in general. Just a little too easy to play around. I feel like the last 2 or 3 games you and I cast with a sniper, It's been the same story where he buys damage items at the beginning, and then he has to get all these survivability items, and then he doesn't really do any damage because he has survivability items, and then he doesn't really survive anyway despite the survivability items. It's a disaster, dude. The only games where Sniper wins when it's like, all right, guys, high ground megas, 50-minute defense, we're holding out. He is still king supreme in those like defend the castle kind of scenarios. But hero with the highest assist average. Okay, that's an interesting one. So your support that's getting the most assists.
Usually it's an off-laner a lot of the time.
Deaths don't matter here. Okay, so I see a lot of folks. I see a lot of supports. Spirit Breaker, Earth Spirit, Ancient Apparition. Zeus is a good suggestion. That's a very fair one. Veno, also a pretty safe.
Why do people have so many supports? Why don't they have offlaners?
Well, why is it all Spirit Breaker?
Spirit Breaker is very involved. He's involved in like every single kill. So it's really easy to get assists, and he's very popular right now. So it's not that bad.
I'm just surprised. I mean, he's like the overwhelming favorite here.
I think Spirit Breaker is a good choice. I think Zeus is pretty good choice. I think Darkseer is generally pretty good.
I would go Zeus. You're right. So there's no death count in here. This is just straight up averages. So if you have an offlaner, it doesn't really matter if he feeds as long as he's getting involved.
Well, I just find there's a lot of offlaners that can't secure kills easily. Darkseer is like the prime example, where like he's involved in every fight, but he ends the game with like 3 kills because he just doesn't have kill blows.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Just some ion shell damage, and then someone on his team does 300 damage, nuke, and kills them. I'm going to take the Spirit Breaker, though, because I do think that the hero is just insanely popular at the moment.
Okay. Wow. You're going the Spirit Breaker. You're towing the line. All right.
Yeah, I'm towing.
Lowest
Put me on the tow line.
Lowest death average. And again, all these are minimum of 5 games.
Man, the only problem is Morph going to be too popular. Through that whole group stage, maybe you need someone a little more niche. Maybe the AM is better. I'm taking the AM. I think the good teams play AM. I'm moving off the Morph simply because he's going to be more popular than Anti-Mage.
Well, it seems like the masses agree with you. The other name that we should mention is the Naga Siren. She's been suggested by a number of folks on here.
She is definitely a completely fine choice to take as well. No doubt about that.
Yeah. I think I would still go Morphling. I think that hero is still just really, really good and hard to kill. I think we've seen anti-mage games where he gets picked on a little more in the laning phase. It's a little harder to do that to Morphling. He can't jungle as early. But hero with the highest last hit average, minimum of 5 games played. Is that your anti-mage?
That's a tough one.
Wow. Naga Siren is the overwhelming selection, but there are some anti-mages mixed in there too. I think Arc Warden, also a contender.
I think Naga's in enough of that sweet spot that I think she deserves her rightful place there, as she does have every year. Over 5 games.
Yep. Is she the go-to for that one? The year-over-year last hit average leader?
The classic XPM.
Oh, Meepo.
Yeah, Meepo's usually the really strong one. I think some people might have AM as well, potentially.
Yep. I see a lot of Meepos and AMs.
Yeah.
There's like one Arc Warden, one Sven.
This is the kind of one where I really want to go with Knoxville, because Knoxville has the anti-mage, and these are the kind of ones that Knoxville's really good at, right? Because it's very data-driven. Highest XPM average and minimum of 5 games. Like, he knows his shit when it comes to this, like, very number-specific stuff. So I'm guessing he crunched the data, and Anti-Mage looks like the best one.
Better than Meepo, huh?
Yeah. And I don't know if that means just because the games go longer.
I think I was going to say, I think Meepo is deceptive where he accelerates very quickly at the beginning, but once Anti-Mage starts to come online, like once you have Battle Fury Manta and you can start to fight, you get experience from kills and creeps and shit. You're just sucking up the farm in a way that gets a little harder for Meepos to do consistently. It feels like Meepos in a lot of games hit that like 30 or 40 minute wall where you're kind of you accelerated real quick and now you're sort of capped out. It's like, all right, what do we do from here? They've either got a solution for me or they don't. We've either closed the game or they haven't, and now I'm struggling. AM is like 50 minutes, baby. Let's go. Abyssal's up next. I'm in.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with the Anti-Mage. I'm going to trust the numbers man, Knoxville, my boy. But if you guys want, Meepo is probably the safest bet. Meepo's a very common one. My only thought is that I don't think Meepo's as strong as a hero as it was before. So I'm not sure if we'll even get the 5 games. I think we probably will,
I think so.
but I know I'm
he's...
going to get 5 games of Anti-Mage.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there's probably going to be a bad Meepo game.
And if you pick a hero that doesn't hit the minimum, you just lose, right? That's the whole deal.
Well, if you just get the wrong hero, you lose. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's okay. I framed that in the stupidest manner possible.
Yeah, you really did. God, now I kind of want to switch to Meepo. Fuck. Am I stupid taking Anti-Mage? I'm taking Meepo. I'm bailing. I'm going Meepo, guys.
Wow. Look at that.
It's too tempting. I mean, how can you go against the guy that gets bonus XP? It just feels so safe.
Yeah.
But Knoxville, I can't bear the fact that Knoxville will be right and I'll be wrong.
You went against
All right, this will be better
numbers.
because I'm going to be right. I got you, Ben. Don't worry. I'm taking the Meepo.
Hero with most kills in a single game. So this was that Tiny from Sumail you were talking about.
Yeah.
Morphling is the one that comes to mind for me. I am completely on the Morphling hype train this TI.
Super popular, snipes kills, has a one-shot at the end game. Very good reasons to go for the Morphling. Because you can't even defend yourself against it. That's what's so crazy about Morphling. It's like even when you have like your full kit of items, he can still just destroy you.
Like Eon Disc is sort of the only solution, and even that's like not enough. NS has OD, which I think is an interesting suggestion. We've certainly seen those games where he pops off and becomes the carry. If you've got a 60-minute OD game, he can start racking up the kills. Ember is also a pretty good suggestion. That was the Purge
could
choice.
Be that too. I'm going just by the numbers game. I think Morphling is going to be popular enough and is better at racking up those big kills that he seems like the most likely person for me to do it.
Mm-hmm. Hero
and then we have the most last hits in a game. So I think in the past we've had Anti-Mage win this before. I think Medusa has won it before.
Yeah.
I think Arc Warden is probably going to be my choice this year just because I think the hero should be really popular. How many people have Arc Warden? Anyone? One guy?
A fair amount. Naga is the most
got
popular.
The Arc Warden.
Yeah. Couple of Tinkers. Dota Buff thinks it's going to be Tinker. I'm not sure.
That would be dirty.
I think Tinker's pretty
It's possible, right? You know, it's Tinker.
Yeah. I think that hero is a little weird to work right now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Arc Warden. I think that hero's gonna be really good.
Okay.
And he's so good at holding out if he gets that spirit talent. So he's like the perfect combination of he farms the whole map and the game can last forever.
I would go Naga. I think to me that feels like the safe bet.
Yeah, that's also safe for sure. More common too than Arc Warden. They'll be about even actually, but
jumping back to our spreadsheet, I think people have been linking it in chat, but this is kind of what we're following along with, this massive spreadsheet of the TI9 predictions from talent, players, commentators. We're now down to winner of the International 2019. The big points. I actually think it's Secret. I'm going Secret. I had that bold prediction before. Safe bet. I still think they're just maybe not a step ahead of everybody else, but I think this is their year. I think Puppy's finally found that winning lottery ticket, man.
You don't believe that the dream will stay alive? The no double?
I guess not. Yeah,
You're calling it to end?
Yeah, I'm going to put it there. But Puppy did win TI1, right? So as a double, it's what's the right way to say this without sounding stupid? Does TI1 even count?
He won the easiest TI?
Yeah. TI1 was like by far the weirdest TI in terms of competition, amount of teams, access to the game, balance of the game, heroes in the game, all of it. I'm not trying to take away from his accomplishments, but
facts.
But
no
yeah,
printer.
I think I'm calling it to end. I think we're gonna have a TI9 and TI1 winner. I think Puppy's gonna do it.
I can't do it. I refuse.
You refuse to go with the safest bet, the odds-on favorite. That's just against the Trent Pax ethos.
Yeah, I can't handle that. I don't think. I'm trying to think. I see. There's no way LGD breaks, right? Their coach didn't. He wasn't on anything. I mean, we're all good. Yeah, I'm going for LGD.
Okay.
That's they're my odds on. They're my pick. Obviously, Secret is the odds-on favorite team to win, but this is TI. This is a bracket. You never know who's gonna win. OG won last year, so we can pick whoever the hell we want and not look stupid. And I'm going with LGD. They stuck it out the whole year. They've been there, exact same. It's in China. Everyone's picking Vici because it's in China. I don't think so. This is the classic target on Vici gaming.
Okay.
All right. Everyone knows Vici now. I think LGD has been lurking. Sleeping dragon kind of deal here. So I'm going with them.
I wish. Where's that website that shows the average odds for calling the winner of TI? I want to pull that up again. I'm curious where it's at right now.
I'll take a look.
So I guess Vici is probably number 2, but all right, I like that. You're calling some home court advantage. I feel you there. I think that's definitely a factor, but I don't know. I think Nisha is the X factor for me on Team Secret. Like individually, I believe in all 5 of the players. I think I've said all this before. I believe in the management. I believe in Coach Sumby. I believe in all 5 of their positions, like for an array of different reasons. But Nisha is just like he's a fucking machine, dude.
He's scary.
Is so good. I think he is. Like, we're going to look back a year or 2 from now and talk about Nisha similarly to how people talk about Sumail. I know that's a bold claim, but I think Nisha is, like, on the beginning of a crazy run. The kid's 18 right now. Like,
yeah, that's kind of scary.
He has had an insane run since he joined Secret. You have to look at his acceleration. He went from, I'm on Team Kinguin, Team Singularity, and he was just weaving between Let's Do It. So he was on Let's Do It, then Alternate Attacks, then Let's Do It, then Singularity, then Let's Do It, then Kinguin, then Team Let's Do It again, and then he ended up on Secret, and that was September 2018. He's been on Secret ever since then. And since he joined Secret, they won the PvP Esports Championship. They won ESL 1 Hamburg. They got second at the KL Major. They won the Chongqing Major, won ESL 1 Katowice 2019, fourth at the Dream League Major Season 11, first at the Paris Major, first at ESL 1 Birmingham 2019. Dude, that is insane. He doesn't have the most accolades of anyone out there, but going from virtually no accolades to just cleaning up the circuit, Nisha.
And they also use like a lot of the first phase bans from his opponents have to be against Nisha, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's like very specific stuff. Like people were banning Morphling versus them way before anyone else was playing Morphling. And he plays Arc Warden. He plays those very good game-defining heroes. So, yeah. And of course, it very much helps with the casting hits surrounding him. I think mid one is a classic example of someone who's able to enable these super hard farmers. Yeah,
I mean Zai and Yapsor as well. I think that's the secret remedy to this squad is that they all are so adaptable, and the end result is that they're insanely efficient around the map. You know, any spot where it's like, oh, mid lane's open, Yapsor, get in there, man, get a little bit of farm. Oh, okay, Zai, he's making some noise over there. We're gonna soak up their ancients. Like they're just so good at playing around each other's movements and making space for one another across the roles. It's I just love watching Secret, dude. It's like magic. It makes me all fuzzy.
I hope they do it. I do. I think that'd be pretty awesome. But we shall see. See if Puppy can be the sole doubler.
Yeah. So I'm sticking with Secret. I know it's the safe front runner choice, but I can't.
I linked it to you. They're 3x or 4x right now if you bet on Secret. That's your best odds you can get.
That I think is actually pretty good.
Yeah, $25 on Secret, guys. When you're so 100. I mean, I'm not gonna. You know, these are random websites. I'm just linking, or I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah, so what we're talking about, it's like an average of what you can get. So out there, it's a spread of either 3.25 or 4x, depending on where you go. And that is to call Secret right now before the tournament starts to win the whole kit and caboodle. After that is Vici Gaming. Third is Liquid. Fourth is Virtus Pro. Fifth is EG, and then PSG LGD is actually even with EG at kind of a fifth, sixth at a 9x payout. So, man, you're going bold with that LGD claim.
Yeah, I think that's fine. You know, 9x isn't that bad. I think they're just in that little sweet spot.
All right, so
we'll see if they can do it.
Back to the spreadsheet. Who went for the YOLO call is what I'm curious about.
Oh, yeah. Let's see here. All right, we got Vici or Secret is lame-o. NS went with LGD. NS is my boy.
Havost went with Navi. That's predictably
of course, yeah.
great.
Nice one.
So I see a couple of liquids here. It looks like Black, BSJ. They both went for liquid.
They caught fire right when they needed it. They didn't quite beat Vici, but they look scary considering that was one tournament. Grant took Evil Geniuses. Can you believe it?
Shocking. And one person took Royal Never Give Up. I'm not sure. Tainem? I don't know who that is.
Well, I don't think we need to by that prediction.
I don't know where that one came from.
You can clip that if they win.
Yeah,
but
right.
Not going to happen.
So
I do like that team a lot, actually. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually excited to watch them play. So I hope they do well.
Yeah, I mean, should we take a moment to talk about that's the binary to win it all, but who else could make a run? I think OG is obviously a team we need to think about or kind of talk about in some regard. They're the reigning champs here.
Let's do a mini tier list right now. So We'll call them the S tier of of course they can win TI this year. I think Secret, Vici, Virtus Pro. I'm just gonna put Virtus Pro in that top 3 anyway, even though they haven't looked that hot near the end of the season. Still the same 5 guys. I think they deserve to be up there, even if they choke at TI. Of course, they're not 3 even, but I'm gonna tier those 3 together. It's of course you can pick any of these 3. And that's a fair thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think that next tier down is pretty self-explanatory. Liquid, I can't believe Liquid has worse odds than Virtus Pro. So you would make more betting on VP than Liquid, which is kind of crazy. But Liquid, I think, is in that next tier, along with EG, PSG LGD, OG. I think they're a tier together. And then your next tier is that okay, we're getting a little out there now. And that's going to be your TNCs, your NIP,
Keen.
And I mean, then they have Royal Never Give Up listed, but yeah, I don't think Royal Never Give Up's really in that same tier. So I think that little outskirt, that really is a true dark horse a duo right there of just TNC and NIP.
Yeah, you don't have Fnatic as your potential dark horse anywhere.
Maybe Jabs is an improvement. I would put Fnatic ahead of everyone else on the list.
Okay.
So sure, I'll put Fnatic in with the dark horse. They can come on up. They got some great players.
All right.
That is actually the best value bet I see in this chart right now is 67x for Fnatic. That's a value bet. $3 on that. That's a value bet right there.
Yeah, that's
just Google the international odds and you'll find compilations, guys.
Yeah,
but I won't be gambling.
No, I hear you.
Unless it's on Rivalry.com.
Hey, Rivalry.
Hey-o.
Hey, you're in Canada, dude. You can do it. Well, you're a commentator. You can't, but
no.
All the Canadians listening right now can. So whatever tier below that are the ones that I'm really interested in. The 3 teams I really care about watching this event outside of my boy's Secret. Mineski, Infamous, Chaos. These are my 3 big-time question marks. I could see all 3 of them bombing out and being in that bottom quad of teams that get eliminated right away. I could also see any one of these 3 doing surprisingly well. And by surprisingly well, I mean they finish 6 through 8 or something like that,
Right.
And that's where I'd really like to see these teams make it that far. I think for all 3 of these teams, I guess maybe a little bit less so Mineski, but with Nico Baby there, that infamous squad that we sort of saw the roots form as Team Majestic at the Dota Pit Minor, and this wild and crazy Chaos Esports Club with Matsu, Faded, Kezu, Milan, Misery, J4 is the coach, and of course my boy Gerg, the helm of the org. I would love to see any of these 3 teams make a run and change somebody's life, man. These are the life changer teams. Can I make that my category? The life changers. If they make top 8, lives are getting changed.
That's fair. That's a fair category, I think.
Not Dark Horse. It's the tier below Dark Horse.
Yes, it's of course they're not going to win, but imagine if they came top 6.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So
there's always one.
And in terms of prize pool, 5th and 6th, that's 1.1 million. So if you finish 5th or 6th, you're TI1 winner level. If you're 7th, 8th, you're getting 800 grand as a team. So that's pretty. That's life changing. We'll put it in air quotes.
We have Chaos employee Quasi in the chat, of course.
Oh shit, there he is, dude. We got a spy.
Our legendary boy.
I wanted to bring him to the Jungle Jam, but he's busy Well, I assumed he's busy. I actually didn't invite him. So, Quasi, I considered inviting you, bud, but I assumed that now that you're fully employed by the Gerg, that he's the overlord cracking the whip. That's at least the mental image that I have of the workflow over there at Chaos. But I don't know. Atlanta's a scary place. So, all right, back on track here. Team with most kills in a game. This is also kind of a weird one because it isn't necessarily the team that wins or even has the best run or plays the most games. Yeah. It's just who's going to have that one game, or perhaps who's going to have the most. And it can't just be the most imbalanced matchup because the game has to go on long enough. It has to go long.
You need one of those 40 kills versus 40 kills, and who's best at that? Everyone knows. It's Evil Geniuses. Come on.
Yeah.
These guys always have that one epic game. They have the Tiny from Sumail. They have the EGE home.
Virtus Pro is actually the most common across all of our
Virtus
predictors
Pro's okay
here.
too. They play a lot of like Terrorblade and stuff for Ramsey, so maybe the game, like let's say they fall behind in a Terrorblade game and they just keep dragging it out and then they start bringing it back and they get a bunch of kills. I could see VP. I'm going with EG though.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably stay true with the EG crowd as well. Team with the highest kill average. So this is now across all games. No deaths considered, just most kills across all games. Again, you don't want to be too good. Like I wouldn't take
You don't want
Secret.
to be Liquid. Like I would not take Liquid for this, for example. I think Liquid plays very fast games.
I wouldn't take VP either.
TNC's a tough one. I see a lot of people taking TNC, and of course, that was the classic thought of TNC. Was like, oh, they're just bloodthirsty and they take all these kills and stuff, but they are more refined now.
I actually kind of think Alliance. Is that crazy?
For the highest kill average, the problem is they can't get stomped too often. Getting stomped really kills your average.
It's true. That is the cap, but they're just so. It seems like their style is based around stretching out games. And I don't know if that actually translates to more kills than the average because they do play a little bit more passive than some teams, but
I mean, it has changed a little bit. I think they're a little better ending early, but you're not wrong.
Yes, you're right. I would agree. I think they've improved since,
I don't know if they're at a high enough caliber right now to get those kills though.
All right.
That's my problem with picking Alliance.
I don't know who I would take, though. A lot of these other suggestions on here, I'm not. I guess TNC is kind of more where I'm leaning then. But for reasons you mentioned, they're also a little scary.
I think I'm going to go with OG. Is that crazy? Why? What's wrong with OG? They seem to be right in that middle ground.
Okay. Well, NS agrees with you.
I mean, does anyone else have OG? No?
NS might be the only one.
I think that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I guess they kind of play some fast games sometimes, and maybe that's why people aren't into it. But I do think that like Secret and Liquid and VG are like actually too good. I think it's gonna.
Yes.
They're not gonna have that many kills.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll take the Dream Green.
Okay. Team with fewest deaths in a game. So this
I'm taking Liquid, 100%.
Singleton match.
Liquid. What does everyone else have? Team with fewest deaths in the game. OG, VP, Liquid. Liquid.
I think I would take Secret. I think Secret will have a crazy blowout game against Infamous or something where they only die like 3 times.
I've just seen enough of those games where like Weehaw's playing Timber mid or he's playing Wind Ranger mid and he just starts snowballing and he never dies because they have like very good escape mechanisms when you're ahead. And then there's going to be a Kuro Chen, they're going to have, or like a Crystal Maiden or some shit, and they're just going to run that game down in 18 minutes and lose 2 heroes. That's what I'm going with.
All right.
What if VP just surrenders in group stage after 5 minutes or something? That's a very good question. Is Virtus Pro worth picking for that very reason?
That is an interesting thought, though, because there's no time limit on that. So, in theory, if you're talking about one of those games that is super one-sided, I mean, we've all seen those matches. Just a clear-out draft, every lane loses at 10 minutes. It's just like, yeah, this is fucked.
VP is just like, fuck this.
GG, go next.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Liquid, but I do think Secret or VG are probably fine. They'll probably have a game like that, too. It's just a little bit of a luck of the draw here. You can just try and make your guess as good as possible.
Team with most assists.
Yeah, so that's basically the same thing with the most kills in a game, right?
Yeah.
Other than the fact that you're hoping you're playing as 5 the whole time. That one makes me want to move more towards TNC personally.
I could be into that. I was thinking TNC or VP. Like, to me, that's where, like, picking those Darkseer-esque, like, any team that wants to run, like, a Zeus or, like, these kind of AoE-esque heroes, the big death ball, you know, like your DPs and stuff. You're just doing damage to everybody.
Most of sits in the game, TI Dota. Oh, man, now I'm not sure. I'm going to take LGD.
Team that wins the longest game. So wins the longest match. I'm actually going to go Alliance. I think it's Alliance or EG. Those are my top two.
It's going to be EG versus Alliance, and then everyone's going to be waiting with bated breath to see who does it.
Wow, Alliance is actually the most suggested one in this category. That kind of blows my mind. All right, I'm sticking with it, dude. Yeah,
it's because they can go long versus an opponent who's weaker than them.
Yeah, it's
Maybe that's
just their bread and butter. They're so. It feels like to me, once you get past 60 minutes, that elevates the base stress level for a lot of teams. And it seems like Alliance, the longer the game goes on, the more they're like, guys, we know what we got to do. We just got to keep pushing out the waves. I'm not stressed about this at all. I got nothing to do later today. Let's just keep it going. And then you look at the other team, they're just like jumping from lane to lane, like they're handling it, but you can tell that they're stressing, and they just get slowly worn down.
Team that wins the shortest game, I'm taking Secret, I think. Someone's just going to GG out real fast.
Yeah, that's your pretty safe bet. VP also a pretty safe one there.
I think Liquid's fine too.
Team with the highest game length average. So across all matches, win or lose, highest game length.
Now it's time.
Is this Alliance?
I'm taking Alliance. It's
so
gotta be.
TNC is the most common. There are some Alliances in there. I also see a decent amount of EGs.
That's interesting.
But I do think Alliance. So I think against better teams.
That's the problem, though. Where are they in the power ranking? How many teams can they say are emphatically worse than Alliance? Objectively, haven't performed as well. It's probably just like teen / newbie. Na'Vi even. I don't know if they're worse than Alliance.
Yeah, so according to Gosu Gamer's power rankings on the global chart, Alliance is 8th overall global, 4th in the region. And OG is 9th, just barely behind him.
Yeah, see, that's not right.
And TNC is just barely ahead of him. Well, so it's not totally accurate. I like the Gosu Gamer one because it only looks at matches. It's just all about. It's like an MMR system, and then when teams play each other, it fluctuates. You know how it's an ELO system, I guess I should say. I'm
actually going to take Chaos. Highest game like that. I think they're more in the middle of the pack. I think NIP and Chaos are pretty good choices here.
Really? For highest game?
The only problem is that Matu plays those stupid fast heroes that might just end the game. But if you fail going high ground...
Yeah, but still, dude. In terms of average, right? We're still talking average here?
Yeah, but if you get knocked out early, your average stays high.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm staying true, dude. Alliance.
I just haven't picked Chaos for anything. I'm taking them.
Okay.
I'm bringing the boys in.
The team wasn't that the team we talked about that has that really good Visage player? What was his name again?
Yeah, I said that. I know.
M, I think.
But you have to actually end the game. If you don't end the game because you're not good enough, and then it drags out because you have a 20K net worth lead that slowly dissipates.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that is definitely a YOLO call. So if you get that one right, power to you. Team that picks the most different heroes.
Secret is usually the go-to here because they're going to last long in the tournament, and Zy plays an insane amount of heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Secret. That's a safe bet one. Team that picks the fewest different heroes, minimum 10 games played. So, I guess, do we know the exact format and how far they have to make it to
who do you think is going to lose?
Right. But I guess, like, how far do you have to go to get 10 games played? Like, how many teams get eliminated without playing 10 games? You know what I'm saying?
Everyone's going to play 10 games.
So then, what does that mean?
I don't know why the minimum's there.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm confused. I don't get... Okay. So team that picks the fewest different heroes.
Yeah.
It's who do you think is going to lose, but also has the tightest pool of heroes? Infamous might actually be a pretty safe bet. I see that. That might be the most common one on here.
I'm going to go for Infamous.
All right. Player with the highest
choice.
kill average. Miracle, probably a pretty popular one. Sumail also got to be up there. I'm calling Nisha on this, though.
Highest kill?
I'm sorry. That's not KDA. That's just
just kill
just
average.
Highest number of kills. All right.
I think that should be a mid player, I would think.
Okay.
Averaging throughout their games.
Ooh, that's tough. Just highest kill average.
I'm tempted.
I'm tempted to say Sumail.
Sumail does play some pretty kill heavy heroes these days. Like looking through all the other teams, just like picturing their hero pools.
Yeah.
What about Armel?
No.
What about no one?
No. Armel.
No one plays those
is a
like
wild
DKs
choice.
and stuff. Mid one can have it, but then he also has these like playmaking games where he's playing like an Ember that's not really. Well, he's making a lot of space.
Like Sumail or Miracle are my kind of 1 and 2. I would flip a coin for.
What about Weehaw? Doesn't Weehaw just play like ridiculous kill heavy heroes?
Also a very good. I think yeah. But you have to factor in the team. Right? Because if you think the team might not do that well, even if he's standing out, you're not going to do as well as a team that's dominating.
He definitely has bad games.
A mid playing equally. So I think that's a good thought.
Right,
but I
what
wouldn't
does
pick him.
I think Sumail doesn't play like any non-kill heavy heroes, does he? I feel like every hero he plays goes for kills. Oh, am I lagging apparently? Sorry guys.
No, your camera's been a little frame droppy.
It has. Must just be our connection or something.
Okay,
It looks
yeah.
normal to me.
Everything's been fine on my end. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just Zoom.
Yeah, I'll take Sumail. I'll hop on the Sumail train. Okay. I feel like all his stuff is like kill stuff. He doesn't play like all the farmer stuff gets handed over to Arteezy for the most part.
Lowest death or so that was high kill average. This is most kills in a single game. Pretty similar kind of dialogue here. You might consider a carry for the super late kind of game. You know,
who's gonna have that? All right, what was our hero, guys? We chose the most highest kill average. We took TA. Most kills in the game. We chose a Morphling. So we need to choose our best Morphling player.
Is it Nisha?
Ooh. Who's our best and most active Morphling player, though? We need the double point here, right? Is it Nisha? Is Nisha just gonna have one of these pop-off games? Is that what I'm looking for here?
Based on everything I've said so far in this podcast, I think I have to agree with that line of logic. I think they're bound. I mean, Secret isn't going to be challenged. You know, like they're bound to have some pretty epic games against these other top-rated teams.
I'm going to go... is this crazy? Hold on. I got to check something here. I got to check Crystallize's recent games. I think I'm going with Crystallize, guys. I think because you have to hit that sweet spot, right? Of like, it has to be long games. The more long games they have, the more likely it's going to happen.
Yes. I mean, this is most kills in a single game. So you are right. If there's a game that goes... If you can predict the team that goes for 2 hours and wins... Yeah. And you might have it over.
Now, his last Morphling game, he went 4-4-5. And other than that, he's been pretty much dodging here. He had a 6-0-10 a few months ago. Crystallize have the Morphling skills. He's rank 4. I mean, come on. Crystallize, you got this. I feel like he's going to have that dragged out game. I'm going for it.
All right.
Taking my boy Crystallize.
That is a Trent Pax prediction. Right there.
There you go. I'm risking it for the biscuit.
Player with lowest death average, I think a position 1 is likely. I think Nisha is maybe the most common one listed here.
Whoever plays the most Morphling in any mage.
Yeah. Somebody suggested Nico, baby. I think that's bold.
I'm taking Nisha.
Yeah.
I haven't had Nisha yet. I think he slots in there pretty nicely.
I'm just going to put Nisha for everything positive here. Player with most assists in a... Or no, I'm sorry. Highest assist average. So average across all games. I would probably pick Yapsor. I mean, I really think Secret is the best team. So I feel biased in a lot of these where I'm like, it's gonna be Yapsor, dude. The guy's crazy.
Yeah, but you also, again, you need a lot of kills. I mean, you can't lose. It's true,
But
you also just want really bloody games.
But he plays Zeus, dude. He's actually somebody that plays Zeus.
It's true. I mean, that does help. No doubt about that.
So I think you make a good case, but I think Yappy is still a pretty good contender. I mean,
I think
Zai might also.
I'm tempted to take Tim's, but I think Tim's is going to have worse games. I feel like EG is going to have like both good games, and Crit is very active. So I'm going to take Crit, but I think Tim's is also a fair choice.
Yapsor also plays support Invoker.
He does. I'm going to take Tim's for my most assists in a single game because I think he'll have a really drawn-out game.
Okay, so yeah, that's the next one going in, or highest average and then most assists in a single game. I'd probably, in a single game.
Yeah, there will definitely be support Invoker at TI. There is no doubt about that. That shit is good.
Yeah. What do you build? Just like Urn and just sort of support
Medallion and Urn and Solar Crest.
Okay, that sounds pretty good.
Very strong.
Sounds pretty good. Alacrity. That's pretty good support skill, right?
Yep.
All right. So we kind of cruise through these maybe on these last player ones, but last hit average and most last hits in a single game. See some Arteezes here.
I gotta put Arteezy for most last hits in a single game because he'll be playing the Arc Ward in that game that takes forever.
Okay.
Because I'm all in on that strat. And then my last hit average, I'm gonna go with Nisha. I think Nisha just plays so many of those heroes that his average is gonna stay really high. Even if they start, the only problem is if they win too many games. It's that same problem again. Damn it.
I think Ramses is also a pretty good choice here. If you're confident in NIP,
I'm gonna take Paparazzi. Paparazzi plays a lot of those heroes.
Yeah.
But they're also just going to win too fast. Oh, these are hard.
So I see some people selecting Ace, and maybe for some of that logic of like NIP aren't my favorite to win, so they're going to have some crazy. They're going to have longer games in general, so Ace is going to get to farm more, hence he'll have a higher average.
That's a pretty good choice.
I
kind of in that middle pack, like Crystallize or
maybe OG. You'd use that similar logic for OG earlier. Most last hits in a single game. Somebody has Armel. But yeah, I like your Arteezy. I guess this is sort of in line with that next group too. Highest GPM in a single game and highest GPM average. They sort of go hand in hand here.
I'm happy on the Ace train. That seems pretty good. The most GPM in a game.
I guess maybe Alchemists. Who's picking Alchemist?
Win.
So I see some Sumails here listed. I see some niches.
EG definitely plays the Alchemist, and they always try and come up with Alchemist strats. So, I'm going to take Sumail.
Okay.
Paparazzi's a great choice, I think, too. It could happen for him, too, if they just have some crazy TB game or something. But I guess Paparazzi wouldn't play the Alch, though. Do they play Safe Lane Alch? I don't think they do.
I'm not sure.
Someone did, but I don't think it was them.
And then player that plays the most different heroes. First name comes to mind is Zai. That jumps out. You had suggested no one. I see a few people with him on their list. Seems like Zai and Mid One are the two big choices in terms of hero versatility.
I think Zai is the go-to. I think everyone has Zai.
Yeah.
Secret don't prioritize their offlaner very early on. Then he can pick a bunch of like weird stuff because of Yapsor too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last person I would ever pick, for example, would be Mind Control. Look at Liquid's last games. And it's like, even though he's the offlaner too, it's kind of funny that he has like such a Liquid just pick him first every single game. So Mind Control has a really hard time shining. I think that's kind of
that's a funny one to gamble on though. Like, okay, who is literally going to play the least amount of heroes? Like, I mean, I don't know. I could see like Insania or something. I could see him playing Oracle like literally every game. You know, Oracle or what's his other go-to that he played? Was it Venge? I feel like he has a very small pool of like, dude, if you'll give it to me, I'm just going to keep picking my safe spot every single time. Uh-oh, we lost you.
There you go. Oh, sorry. No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I was just thinking. Did you who did you put for your highest GPM average?
Highest GPM average. Let me click back here.
Like most GPM was Sumail, at least for me for the alt game, and then for average, I put Paparazzi. I didn't hear what you said though.
I had just Nisha. I played that one
Nisha.
safe.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm going with the Zai. Is that what everyone has? I didn't even look at the sheet.
Pretty much. There's some mid ones mixed in there. One person is no one. Couple of maybes, but yeah, it's Zai.
Yeah. Someone has Stinger. That's a bold choice. OpenDota.com. They have Hector and Stinger. They're really big fans of Infamous.
Open Dota, wasn't that one of the bot algorithms?
I don't know if it's a bot or if it's an opinion piece.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I assumed all the websites were bots, but maybe it's an opinion. It's like what?
I'll link it to you again, right. Nomad.
So we are
actually added the other guy, but yeah, it's that thing.
Yeah, there you go. So we're just down to the numbers now. The tournament.
Oh, I hate all these.
Yeah, these are maybe a little bit less interesting. I guess we can kind of skimp through them. But it's stuff like
I'm going right to the final column.
Yeah, total number of games played, total number of heroes picked, total number of heroes banned, this kind of stuff. Very meta. I always find these kind of like a crapshoot.
I'm just following whatever Knoxville has.
I was gonna say those exact same words, dude. This is a Knoxville 100%. I don't even want to waste the brain power on it. So where I don't know which column is Knoxville here.
I can read them off to you. First one is 45 to 49.
All right, so that's total of number games.
Yep.
Total number of games. All right.
And then for both heroes picked and banned, we're 101 plus.
Okay.
And then for most combined total kills in a game, he's got 91 to 100. What else do we have? There's the 101. Yeah, that's probably a pretty good range. I don't think we're getting 121 plus. That sounds a little crazy to me. Yeah. Usually I like to just go for the all-in, but that's really high.
60 to 60 kills. Think about that. Like, that is, not happening.
He's got longest game at 101 to 110.
That's minutes.
Sorry, that can't be right.
Right?
100. Hold on, I went off the wrong thing for him. He's got wait, what? 101 to 110, 91 to 100. Oh, why don't I have a 101 to 110?
Does that not exist in your dropdown?
No. Does it exist in yours?
No. Okay, well, something's messed up in the
they
spreadsheet.
Just out of, it's probably just out of order on the spreadsheet, I'm guessing.
Yeah, something like that. What does he have for shortest game? 15 to 20?
Sorry, I'm also losing my place. Yeah, he's got 15 to 20.
Okay. Yeah, that's sort of that sweet spot. Like you talk about that 15-minute timing push, 20 minutes. Yeah.
Most kills in a game. He went with the 20 to 22. I'm almost oh shit, no he didn't. Man, I'm all over the place.
I like the 26 plus for this. Most kills by a hero in a single game.
I gotta fix my spreadsheet. My spreadsheet's awful. All right.
26 is kind of a lot though.
It's a read-only page, so I can't move any of the columns.
Yes,
so
exactly.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, that's why I've been struggling with it too.
I hate that so much. I can't even. Oh, I can highlight though. Okay.
Most deaths 18 to 20. Is that what he has? That seems to be a pretty popular one.
Yeah.
Okay, and then most assists in a single game, and then highest GPM in a single game should be the last two.
I'm taking the 26 plus. Fuck it for the most kills. Someone's gonna do it.
Yeah, me too. I think that's.
I'm taking the 21 plus for deaths. Why not? All right, 36 plus assists. Sure. I think
it might be
record's 43.
It's probably some sort of gambler's fallacy, but doesn't it just feel better where you're like, what are the chances that I call any of these like 3-kill windows right compared to the chances of just one game popping off and just being over the minimum? I'm taking the floor like almost every time unless it's like 30 plus or something just seemingly impossible. Did anybody take less than 1,000 plus for highest GPM by hero in a game?
I don't think. Has there even been a TI where there's been less than 1,000? Maybe there has been, but I
don't know, dude. That's one of those. There's so many matches and so much disparity between teams. Exactly. You just need one Secret versus Infamous. They pick Alchemist, and he literally just doesn't stop farming. Boom. There you go.
Like just TI1. Yeah, fair.
Okay. Yeah, TI1 stats. Oh. Are they even in like Dat Dota? Like I saw Knoxville tweeting about trying to track down old accounts to try to manually curate that fucking data because it's not alive anywhere. Like. Doing God's work, man, for real. That shit is.
All right, here we go. Last year, the most deaths by hero in any game was 18 to 20. All right, fine. Then I'm taking 18 to 20. There, boom.
Okay.
I'll just do what happened last year.
All right.
36 plus was the correct answer for assists, and 26 plus was the correct answer for kills because of Sumail's game. Longest game of the tournament, 80 to 89 was the correct answer last year. Sure. 101 to 110 was the correct answer. Well, call me 101 to 110. I'm just taking last year's answers, guys.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Perfect.
Dude, why fix what ain't broke?
No, last year, Tinker actually had the most last hits in a game. There you go.
Wow.
I don't remember that, but he did.
I don't really remember that either, though. I definitely didn't watch every game last year, so I'll leave it to the statisticians for that. But wow.
According to my spreadsheet, it says that we hit 1K last year. Stockade Kid.
Am I crazy? Was there some weird breakpoint last year? Was the number actually like 999? And there was some.
I don't know. I just see the thing they have listed here is correct answers from last year, and it says 1,000 plus.
Okay. Maybe he did it in the finals, literally on ALK. All right.
Wow. Literally on ALK. There you go.
Well, there you go, gang. There's your compendium. There's your predictions. So if you don't know what to do, you can just follow the herd and hopefully get some extra points there.
Yeah, don't necessarily follow us. We're spooky.
Trent's all in, and I'm a front runner. So
I just like going a little out there. Hey, I got one thing right that no one else did last year with Avenge being the most picked hero. So
okay,
there you go.
There you go.
That was my claim. I was like, that was the only one I cared about. I even said that.
See, guys, that's the trick.
Felt good.
To doing these predictions is you have to set up your goal. Now, Trent is a PR man, so his goal is fuck the percentages. I'm okay to get everything wrong except that one, so you get that one tweet of like, guys, look, I sniped it. You know,
I nailed it.
You take that. It's the old camera trick. You know, you just zoom in far enough that you can't see what's around it, and you're like, dude, he predicted it. This guy's he's a fucking prophet. Look at this.
I'm going to find one of those right now. Okay, hero with the highest win rate. I have Ursa, which is a bit of a jump. I'm going to find something that's just insane. All right, you guys ready for this? It's going to be... It's going to be Necrophos. Boom. There you go. That's my snipe for this year. Highest win rate, Necrophos. You're welcome.
Okay. All right. I actually like that.
He's going to counterpick an Ember Spirit mid 5 games. He's going to win all 5, and then no one else is going to pick him the rest of the tournament.
I'm actually having trouble coming up with a good counter argument to that, especially the games that we saw in the qualifier and the matches we've cast before that. Like, Necro is that fucking sleeper pick that pops out when he looks perfect, and he usually has pretty good games.
Only problem is he needs 5 games.
Yeah, well...
Let's go Necro.
Based on how much Ember has been picked and played, I think that there is definitely a reality where 5 Necros comes into force. Wowzers.
We'll see what happens.
Well, any other thoughts TI-wise? We just went through the whole battle pass. Any other Dota news, topics, dramas that we need to get into? Anything else? I've been spending time off Reddit, dude. It's been awesome.
Yeah, me too. I was at college for 4 days, so I'm off everything. I'm just going to watch some Smash, pack for TI, not get hit by a typhoon.
Yep.
And then go watch some Dota. Should be good.
Yeah, I am getting really, really excited about Vanilla World of Warcraft. I actually thought I wouldn't be that excited for it. Tomorrow is name claim day, by the way, for those of you Vanilla WoW gamers out there.
Really?
If you're like me and you haven't been playing in a while, you need an active sub. But tonight is the night. Activate, break off the old rust on that World of Warcraft account, and then you can claim your name on the servers.
So if you have the name already, you guarantee get it? Is that right?
No, it's like they're opening fresh. It's sort of like consider it like a new expansion of WoW.
So
basically.
You got to fucking go.
So yeah, it's fresh servers. It's like a fresh reset. So, and the servers don't open to play until like the 29th or something, or the 26th. Yeah. So it's like right after TI is over, which is perfect. Well, perfect for people doing TI stuff, not perfect for our Midas mode schedule. I'm a little scared of how that 3 weeks of prep is going to go when old Zyori's grinding his way up the ranks. But I don't know, dude. I'm just in the mood for a good grinding game. I think WoW is really fun. Like, it's so social, and it's fun when there's a shitload of people playing. And like, there's going to be a ton
shitload of people
of
playing.
Esports people playing, casters, talent in other games. Like, there's a whole Discord set up already. That's what makes it fun. Even if I don't hit the level cap, even if after 3 or 4 weeks, I'm like, yeah, I don't actually really want to grind vanilla WoW. But I think those first couple weeks,
fun couple of weeks,
dude. It's gonna be tight.
You're gonna be popping Tostitos in the oven or whatever, Totinos. You're gonna have the pizza rolls.
It's going to be so much fun, dude. I think I'm going to play a priest. I'm going to play a dwarf priest, get the fear ward action. Yep. A little PvP, do some healing. Should be good. I have one final, I guess, two announcements.
I love announcements.
Number one, Midas mode. It's happening. It's good. For those of you, I'm sure most of y'all have looked at the Indiegogo. Things are still for sale. It's not too late to still purchase your favorite heroes, rip apart the Dota map, and get some memes into the game there. Some heroes have already been purchased. I think that cute little ancient apparition has been released. Did you see that, Trent? A little ice cream cone?
I did. It's amazing.
That's pretty adorable.
So well done.
That that could be your idea, community member X out there. So things are in full swing. Tickets are available for both Midas Mode and the TI9 Jungle Jam. So check them out. Head over to moonducktv. And Slacks has been rolling out content like crazy on his YouTube, announcing new features and plans that we've got. It's going to be a real bash, both of them. The last one, book timeline. I'd originally said the 19th of August to release this thing. Not going to hit that, but we're pretty close. I think the 19th, we're going to release the actual release date. So the announcement of the announcement of the announcement, dude. This is sick. We're going full meta. But I think we'll have the cover by the 19th and be able to do like the actual sort of pre-release. It's like 99% written. It turns out getting something to that last level of perfection is a real fucking bear, dude. You know, it's like 99.9% done, but you're just kind of reading through like it's good. And you're like, oh, there's a missed period. Missed of the fuck. And you just start getting paranoid of like, where else have I missed a period? And it's like that last little bit of polish is so fucking brutal. That's where we're at right now.
I look forward to it.
It's a real experience, dude, I have to say. But all right, gang, we're done. Give Rivalry some love. Rivalry.com, Zyori.tv for the audio only, and youtube.com/moonducktv. Trent, enjoy Shanghai, man.
Thank you. Will do.
Make us proud. Are you gonna bring out the Maple Leafs jersey again?
I don't think they'll get it.
You don't think it'll resonate? No?
No.
Okay.
I thought about doing a Jeremy Lin Raptors jersey, but I just can't go through the effort.
Gotcha. Well, I wouldn't want to put you out. All right.
No.
Well, gang, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the International.